guys, I'm Shell with Creative Shell Bear Little Acres Creations. Today I am making this card, or this guide card, and I just kind of want to show you how it works so you can understand how to put it together when we're working on that. So this is a belly band, and this just holds it all into place. And then when you go to open it, it's an interactive card, and it says, "I'm nuts about you." Now this is a collaboration with 25 other YouTubers. We all got together to do guide cards. We're playing a game, and it's called In My Daddy's Toolbox. So later in the video, I will tell you what is in my daddy's toolbox that begins with a T. You want to write down all of the letters. Collaboration is done. The very last person is Gareth. You're going to take all of the tools that everyone has been given you. There's 26 of us, and he's going to show you what to do with them next. Now, if you haven't seen the collaboration, you want to go below, in my link below, and you want to find Maymay. Maymay made it, and you want to go to hers. She is the one who started the collaboration, and she will, and you just want to go down the line, collect tools that are in Daddy's Toolbox. So thank you guys so much for playing this game with us, and stay tuned, and I'll show you how I made this guide card. The stamp set I'm using is my stamp set called Mr. Nuts from my store littleacrescreations.com. So head on over if you're interested in that, and let's get started on the card. Okay, so let's get started. First I have a 6x12 sheet of cardstock, and then I have two 4x5 sheets and one 4.5x6. First thing you want to do is you want to find out where your 6-inch mark is, and you're just going to go ahead and fold this over. You could score it at 3 inches, but I find to get a better matchup, like on a gatefold card, that this is better, the better way to do it. Otherwise, for some reason my scoring seems off. So I'm going to match that up on both sides and flatten that really well. And I'm just using a ruler because I misplaced my bone folder. Okay, so this is our base of our card. So the next thing you want to do is take your 4x5 sheets, and they're going to go in the center like this. And we're going to score them 1/2 inch, one on this one and one on this one. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're just going to fold those over. And give them a good score. Okay, and then what you're going to do, this is the most important part, is these need to be perfectly set up in here. You're going to position these like they're already on your flaps. So before you do, before you cut the hole, so that you have the hole in the right position. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line this up. I have some washi tape over here, and I'm just going to take off some sticky of the washi tape because it's really sticky. But you really want to make sure that you have the mechanism correct so that the card works correctly. Okay, so we're just going to act like we're tacking it down. So I'm just going to kind of position it here on the card on our level, so that like when we're using it, it moves correctly. So I'm going to do that with both sides, and matching them up with each other before we cut our circle out. Otherwise we won't have it correctly. Taking some sticky off my washi tape because it's very sticky, and I really don't want it to rip my paper when I come back. Okay, and you want your flaps to go down, so you're just going to position it over here on the flap side. You're going to put both of them down like this. Make sure you have your flap all lined up. It looks like it's a little crooked, so we're just going to fix that. Okay, make sure your flap is correct on both sides. And that looks really good. Okay, so now I'm just going to tape them in the center, just to make sure that when I do run them through my Collab, that I have a really good cut and that they don't shift on me or, you know, mess it up. Because this is what makes the card. So I'm just going to go ahead and tape this piece right here. Now, see, this piece fell off. That's okay though. As long as you have the piece that you need taped, you're fine. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put our black piece on top of this, and we're going to go ahead and tape that down also. And it's best to cut all these at the same time so that your circle lines up. So I'm just going to hold this down, just kind of estimate on either side where it's, you know, correct. Okay, so that looks pretty good right there. Okay, so when you take it up, if you go ahead and flip it over, go ahead and tape down the other side. That way you know it's not going to shift on you. And you just want some repositional glue or some washi tape or something, you know, that's just repositionable, that's not going to mess up your project. Okay, so now our mechanism is almost complete. We're going to go ahead and position our circle in the center and tape that down so that when we are done with our mechanism that it's correct all the way around and our circles all line up. I'll run this through my Collab probably a couple of times just to make sure I have a good cut. Oops. Okay, that's right here. I'm going to put it this way. Now, if you're using a Collab, you want to be pretty cautious because it is only 6 inches. So it has to be like put in there perfectly so that you don't bend your paper. So you just want to line up really, really well so it's not too bad when you're done. Okay, so I'm going to run that through. Hopefully not get my paper bent too horribly bad. Okay, and while you have it all together, it's a little bit bent, but it wasn't too bad. You just want to double check that you have a good cut, and I do. I'm going to set this aside, and now we're going to put together our card. So let me pull all these pieces off. I'm going to keep my, let's see, I'm going to keep them in the right order. I'm going to keep this piece because what I need is I need a piece to cover this for decoration. Then while you have this one lined up, you can go ahead and stick this in here. Let's do it on the back. And run it through your Collab. And that way your layer is cut correctly. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and run that through one more time. Okay, and then when we frame it out, it'll be a perfect fit. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside again. Carefully remove your tape. Now we have all of our pieces cut out and they're ready to go. So we want to grab our pieces and make sure that they all line up correctly. So when the card is open, this is what you're going to see. Okay, so you have it about right there. You want to make sure that this is lining up. So if you have to go up or down or whichever way you need to go to make sure that you have it perfectly aligned. If you go ahead and tape it back down one more time, so that way it doesn't shift, you're going to take your art glitter glue or some really good glue. And you are just going to pull your little tab, put your glue on it, and you're going to flip it back underneath. And this glue does dry clear, so that's okay. And go ahead and do that on the other side. That way all your circle stays, you know, doesn't shift on you. So just do it on the other side. Let that dry. And you want a really sturdy tape or glue for this, because, you know, it's so fun to play with these. And if you're playing with them and you use something that's not very sturdy, they're going to break on you. So if your recipient really likes it, then, and he's showing everybody, then you definitely don't want it to tear up. Okay, so now we're going to take our Mr. Lutz, and what I did with him is I just stamped him using Versamark, and then I just embossed him. Okay, so you're going to take this apart and open it to the center and position him wherever you want him to be. And you just want him to be in the circle. Okay, so once you get him positioned, you want to go ahead and glue him down. And again, I'm just using my art glitter glue. I'm going to go ahead and get the edges just so it doesn't, you know, get tangled up or anything. I'm going to just position him again. Up just a touch. Okay, and then we're just going to glue him into place. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and put your cover on it. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and glue this on the cover of the middle before I pop it up. So let's just line that up really well, and we'll get this put on here. The center doesn't have a frame. You could have cut it with a bigger circle if you wanted a frame in the center, but that didn't bother me. I thought that was fine. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you need some pop-up dots, and you just want them, you don't want them to touch your mechanism, you just want them to clear it. So at the top, I'm just going to put one row kind of high up. Going to tell you what is in my daddy's toolbox that starts with a T. And in my daddy's toolbox, he has a tape measure. So be sure and write that down. Okay, and see how perfect that is? It just works so well. Okay. So now I'm just going to throw on the outside part, and I just cut these at 1/4 of an inch smaller. So this is like 3 by 6, so I cut it 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. Okay, and here's our sentiment. I'm going to cut that down real quick. Okay, and our little sentiment for the inside is going right there. So the only thing we have left is a belly band. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. What you want to do is, okay, so I'm going to use some of the plaid, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wrap it around. It's not going to fit perfectly, but we're going to use it anyways. Okay, so you don't want it too tight. See, there's a little bit of a gap there, but that's okay. So we kind of know where we're going with that. And remember the circles that we had when we cut out all of our stuff? Well, we're just going to repurpose those, and we're going to put them on our belly band. So I'm just going to put a little bit on this side, a little bit of glue on this side, and we're going to stick our circle down and use that to hold our belly band together. We're going to go ahead and decorate that, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on it, kind of give them a hint of what's inside. I just think this is really cute. Okay, and that is the card for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this collab. We have some really talented people in this collab, and it's been a lot of fun participating. So thank you guys so much for watching. I would love to see if you guys recreate this. Come join us at Little Acres Creations on Facebook. And thank you guys again so much for watching. Be sure and follow the rest of the collaboration and sign up for the prizes at the end. So thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day.